Welcome to SVG-TV's news for Wednesday, June 1st, 2016. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Preparedness saves lives. That's according to Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves in his address to mark the beginning of the 2016 Atlantic hurricane season, which begins today, June 1st. The Colorado State University predictions show that the 2016 season will see 11 named storms with 15 hurricanes, 12 of which are set to become Category 3 and above. Noting that it can take just one storm to create major damage, PM Gonsalves reminded persons of the importance of understanding the risk of not being prepared and that actions need to be taken immediately.
So that gives you a clear indication that don't think that June is too soon. We have to begin our preparation from now to be in good order for the entire hurricane season. What you are going to do as individuals and as families, and what the government and all its state agencies and civil society organizations and business groups, everybody, all what we have to do to be in a state of preparedness, because preparedness saves lives and property.
Highlighting some of the initiatives undertaken by his administration in accordance with the United Nations Sandy Framework, PM Gonsalves noted that the government continues to promote and build awareness and disaster risk preparedness, as well as enhancing and enforcing recovery methods so that the country and people can be more resilient.
As a government, we are taking, and we have been taking, necessary actions to prepare us to face natural disasters, strengthen disaster risk governance, to manage disaster risk. But it's not only us. Families and businesses and individuals have to be prepared to manage, understand the risk and help to manage their own situation of risk. And we have to build back better in recovery, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. You look at the bridge at Caratal, for instance. Notice how we build it higher, stronger. We did the same thing at Basin Hole, Langley Park. And these are but examples.
The Prime Minister further urged all Vincentians to be more aware and follow guidance prepared by the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO.
I urge you that we all put our houses in order. Nationally, businesses, churches, various organizations, families, and remember that NEMO is here to help. Telephone number 456-2975. We have our responsibility, but you individually also have your responsibility. Remember, June is not too soon. And October is not all over. We have to make sure from now until down to December, and even nowadays even to January of the next year. So you have to keep your eyes and your ears open.
In other news, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is calling for fair play as he expresses concern in Parliament yesterday that only 8% of consumers of the Central Water and Sewage Authority, CWSA, in the Grenadines pay for the garbage collection service. Parliament yesterday amended the Environmental Health Services Act to ensure that the solid waste collection fee will now be included in the electric bill instead of the water bill. The Prime Minister said that on the Grenadine island of Bequia, there are 1,829 domestic consumers and 169 commercial, while in Canouan there are 542 domestic and 46 commercial, and on Union Island 930 domestic and 58 commercial. The Finance Minister stated that this amounts to an overall number of 3,001 domestic consumers and 273 commercial consumers of the CWSA on the Grenadine Islands of Bequia, Canouan, and Union Island. In revealing these figures, Dr. Gonsalves said that garbage is collected twice per week in the Grenadines for $10. monthly fee, while persons on the mainland only have their garbage collected once per week and pay $11 monthly fee. He said that there should be more even-handedness in the payment of the solid waste collection fee both on the mainland and in the Grenadines.
So only 8% of these consumers of the service of CWSA, and in fact I repeat, the garbage is collected twice a week in Beckwith, twice in Canawan, twice in Union Island. And I know that the vast majority of the people in Beckwith, Canawan and Union Island want to have a system which ensures that they pay, because they believe in fairness. And they also want to see that the service develops even further and that they should contribute to it.
The Prime Minister said that only $33,000 is collected of the $1.5 million spent to operate the solid waste collection service, and that it is time to recover the costs.
There are tourists, there are people from the mainland go there more and more. Surely, we must recoup some of this cost. It can't be fair that you're spending $1.5 million and you're only collecting 33,000. That can't be fair. And what happens to, Mr. Speaker? We have on the books the Grenadines Solid Waste Management Project. And we need CWSA to have some money, some seed money to put inside of this, to be able to kick off this project, to even deliver a better service. So what do we intend to do in this bill? Let VINLEC collect the garbage money, the solid waste money in the Grenadines, so it comes on the electricity bill. It happens in Grenada.
Recognizing the importance of both coconut and coconut water, the Ministry of Agriculture has embarked on a number of initiatives aimed at assessing the coconut industry in regards to plant cultivation, production and processing, and developing the relevant programs to aid in the development of the industry. Speaking at a workshop earlier this week on coconut water value chain schedule, Deputy Chief Agricultural Officer Renato Gums noted that the ministry has partnered with CARDI, AICA and the FAO in seeking ways to revitalize and sustain the coconut industry here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He outlined that avenues such as plant variation through issue, cultural technologies, disease prevention initiatives, as well as the proper storage of products.
In the process now of trying to determine what are some of the problems facing the coconut plant, and we are now starting a program trying to address some of the issues regarding disease. First of all, we have to identify what are really the causal agents, what is the problem really. So we are looking at tissue culture to avoid the disease, but also for rapid multiplication, from extending the storage life. So this project here will be identifying maybe 3 or 4, Calvin, to upgrade the facilities. So we have to now come up with ways and means of improving what we're doing in the coconut industry.
Noting that the intention is not only to deal with coconut up to the processing stage, Gums said there will be programs in place to ensure that every aspect of coconut is utilized in one way or the other. He further urged all stakeholders to get themselves fully involved in the project as they play a part in the greater development of the industry.
In the past, these vendors, you see a lot of coconut shells packed up in bags all over the place. So what we are looking at doing now is to actually collect them and shred them to make potting material. But the present shredder we have don't allow us to use them green, so we have to collect them and put them to dry before we can shred that. So we are about to embark on that program to use our truck to go around and collect the coconut shells and put them to dry. Then we can shred them for potting material. When you leave here, you must see the opportunity to make money and not just wait on somebody to come to you and say, well, do this or do that. Yeah, use your own initiative.
And the Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with the Food and Agricultural Organization, the FAO, yesterday hosted a stakeholders workshop on composite flour value chain at the Fisheries Conference Room, noting that an increase in sustainable jobs and income in rural agricultural communities remains one of the ministry's key targets. Agricultural Diversification Officer Colville King outlined that the move towards developing and gaining investment for coconut and root crops is to further diversify the agriculture sector.
We are partnering with the government to develop the coconut water and composite flour value chains. The ultimate goal is to develop 6 enterprises among these 2 value chains, and to, at least in the period of project implementation, to achieve 60 quality jobs. And so, providing you with the tools, with the knowledge base that would allow you to provide a bit more of that kind of support is absolutely critical.
King said the workshop provides a part towards not only national and economic development, but also product development.
In ways to reduce cost, finding ways to improve productivity, finding ways to improve competitiveness. And essentially, all of what we're going to do today would be addressing a number of these factors. If you strip it down to the very core things, these are the things that we're going to look at. So the hope is that you're going to be more empowered to support the value chain actors, the producers, the marketers, to produce a better product, a more competitive product.
Chief Agriculture Officer Ashley Kane noted that over the years the potential of the root crop industry has been overlooked, and expressed his elation at the efforts being made to enhance the industry. He further added that there must now be an aim to get more farmers and stakeholders involved, especially the nation's youth.
To make these 2 crops, when we're looking at diversifying our agricultural industry, very important pillars of our agricultural sector and ways in which our people can make their livelihoods from agriculture. I think we have good opportunity, and I would particularly like to see us engage the next generation, the younger people, in their understanding of how these 2 crops, along with other agricultural enterprises, can be an important part of how they provide for their own livelihoods and for world creation.
The police here are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of James Shepard, a 44-year-old Trinidadian by birth who was a naturalized Vincentian. According to the police, approximately 9:45 p.m. last evening, residents of 20 Hill near to Peniston reported that they heard the sound of several gunshots before hearing a loud crashing sound. When our news team visited the area today, residents of the community knew very little of the victim, as he is not from the area. Head of the Major Crimes Unit, Inspector Atlan Brown, however, told us via the telephone that the residents were rattled by a series of gunshots they heard last night.
Apparently, after the gunshots rang out, a vehicle as though they slammed into a portion of wall, and we responded and met a male lying on his back with a gunshot, what appears to be a gunshot wound to the back of his head, and he was later identified to be James Shepard of Camden Park, originally from Trinidad and Tobago. He's been living here for some time, and the body has positively been identified by one of his relatives.
Inspector Brown expresses his concern with the increasing number of homicides in the country for the year thus far, describing the situation as disturbing.
This is actually a spill-off of what was happening in 2014 with respect of some drug issues.
Right.
And it's sort of want to continue into the year as far as our information goes. And the 16th month for the year, 14 way of gunshot, it's disturbing, I would say, the least.
Right. Can you at least tell me whether or not your unit plan to take a different approach in terms of investigation and being successful in these investigations?
Yes, day by day we would sit down, we'd have a chat with the senior officers, and we always have plans to move forward forensically and otherwise.
Inspector Brown is appealing to persons involved in any form of dispute or rivalry to be harmonious and seek an amicable solution to their problem. And with a spike in gun-related crimes here, Minister of National Security, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is sounding a warning to the perpetrators. Speaking in Parliament yesterday, he highlighted that last year there were 25 homicides and 11 of them were by firearms, and that so far for the year there have been 15 homicides and 13 of which were by firearms. He assured citizens of this country that his government has taken a serious position against illegal firearms and that they intend to weed them out. He also warned that there are stiffer penalties such as a 7-year sentence for holders of illegal firearms if caught.
So I want to say to those who want to hold illegal firearms that there's a great danger to you in holding an illegal firearm and ammunition. Because, Mr. Speaker, when the court would come to view a sentence, as you know, if the Parliament says 1 year is the maximum, the court will give you a chance or 2 chances. And when they then sentence you, they may sentence you to 6 months. But after 1 or 2 such offences, because the court will feel that the Parliament, representing the will of the people, is not taking this issue as seriously. But when we put the penalty for 7 years, it is almost certain that even on a first offence, we're likely to be given a term of imprisonment, except if the circumstances are very extenuating.
The Prime Minister stated that the process of persons acquiring a legal firearm has been altered to be more accommodative, but there is, however, a screening process.
Longer the commissioner alone who decides. It's a wider committee with community interests representing on that board, that licensing board. And more firearm licenses are granted to law-abiding people. I know some are complaining that the process is still a little too slow, but checks have to be made. And I hear the complaints, and I want to assure everyone that I have spoken to the chairman of the committee to make sure that for law-abiding persons that the process is expedited.
Carnival Beat is coming right up. Stay with us. The redefinition of music image and a high level of performance and energy, as well as a spectacular show of Vincentian soca talent, will be on display at the Island Network Inc. Hits 103.7 and Flow Soca Swing 2016, scheduled for this Sunday at the Victoria Park. Island Network artist Hans says the show has gone through what he calls a rebirth, and as an artist he too has also undergone some changes which will enhance his performance on the stage.
As I mentioned earlier, it's 3 aspects of my career that I really focus on. it's the redefinition of music as it relates to my songwriting and different melodies and different writing skills and ideas. The new image that I'm currently taking on, and if you have seen the various pictures on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you have seen that I've been working a lot close with Peter Odini, right, and her clothing line in terms of my image, and I'm now having a little beard and stuff like that. Performance, the music, the lighting, the dancers, the arrangement with the live band, those are some of the aspects we'll be focusing in terms of rebranding. We're improving a lot of things.
John is encouraging the public to not only support him but also the young upcoming artists who will be performing at the event and throughout the carnival season.
And it's urging everyone to come out, encouraging everyone to come out and support the vibes, especially the ladies, right? I know you all love the song Zone. Zone have been getting a lot of good reviews, and the public is very receptive of the whole movement and new music. Not only Zone, but Soca Addict, Drinking Partner, and I'm very sure that the ones that I have to come, they will be very receptive of. So I gotta say big up to everyone who's supporting the music, not only myself, but every young artist out there, every young talent, and Vincy Mas on a whole. It's going good, and thank you guys for supporting it. I'm very grateful, I'm humble for this opportunity as well. But Soca Swing.
John gave us a sample of what patrons can expect from him at Soca Swing 2016.
Whoa, but don't tell me you're leaving when we in the people fat and we getting drunk and wet. Oh no, don't tell me you're leaving. Hey, when you see we getting down, we gonna be the talk of the town, girl. Yeah, keep we in our zone. Tonight we gonna mash it up. Keep we in our zone. Feel the fire blazing up. Yeah, keep we in our zone. You're playing with my mind. Yeah, in Soca Swing, I know all you're gonna love off the wine, yeah. Yeah man, it's gonna be fun, great vibes. Once again, thank you St. Vincent and the Grenadines and those persons outside of St. Vincent supporting the whole music and supporting Hans and every young artist and Vincy Mas on a whole. This is gonna be a great year for us, so let me capitalize on it.
And the days are counting down as the 8 contestants vying for the Miss SVG 2016 crown wrapped up their preparation for the June 4th event. Nikita Tony caught up with 2 more contestants who shared with us their experience thus far.
Community spirited, humble, helpful, and motivated. A few qualities of Akisha John, contestant number 3 in the Miss SVG 2016 pageant, slated for this Saturday at the Victoria Park. Reaffirming her commitment to the uplifting of her community of Layu, Akisha noted that should she capture the crown, it would only help to push her agenda as a person who believes in giving back to the community.
We do beach cleanups, we have activities, annual activities that aid in education sector where we give scholarships and so to young persons in our community. We've also had activities that would have raised funds for persons who need help to do an operation or whatever medical purposes they've had. So I will be no different. I will just try to enhance the organization and build my community. So you can expect even more from me, not a stranger.
Bakisha said amid some challenges, she has risen to the occasion and promises nothing but her best performance on Saturday night.
I know that I have strong competitors. I believe that this year we'd have a really good show. So I can't leave anything at risk. I can't leave anything open because the minute I stand in my position and say I've got this, somebody may just pass me. So I always have to be on my feet, working hard, doing my best. I have no time to procrastinate. And everything else is going well. I think my talent, interview training, I'm doing fine.
With her eyes set on becoming SVG's next top fashion designer, contestant number 6, Davana Providence, says she has a passion for fashion, which arose from encounters with her now deceased grandmother.
I took whatever I learned from her and developed it. In secondary school, I decided to do clothing and textile, and on graduation day, I gained the award. So something I love, and I must continue with it, and especially just to make my grandmother proud.
Despite what she describes as a hectic process, Davana says she remains dedicated to her goal.
Everyone is in it to win it, and if you want to win, you've got to make the sacrifices, and I am prepared to make the sacrifices. I have been doing so thus far, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. Win it or not, I am going to be very proud of myself because I know on the night what I will be portraying is something extraordinary. so people could come out looking for the best, because as an artist, you never know what to expect.
The two young ladies are urging patrons to come out in their numbers and experience a night of passion and brilliance this Saturday, June 4th. Nikita Tony reporting for Carnival Beats.